You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, and my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Star Citizen News episode. Guys, today we are just basically ratifying everything I said in the previous video with proof, facts and evidence, as you already seen at the start of the video. Guys, this is from Derek Smart himself. Now, we are going to potentially have a very massive episode coming up in the future towards the end of the year. I'm not going to drop too many more cookie crumbs along the trail to that, but we'll see how we go. So far, things looking good. But just to remove any dispersions or any questions or any arguments that people may still have in relation to what's actually going on behind the scenes, today I've got a bit of a doozy. So welcome to the episode. Alright guys, so let's just get straight into it. So this is a tweet from Derek Smart, thanks to once again one of my awesome subscribers in the community who has given me yet another info drop just to follow up to show that what I have said so far has actually been ratifiably true and proof, facts and evidence to support it up at this stage. And this way, there's no way anybody can question anything that I said in my previous video. And it does tie everything together beautifully to a point now where there's nothing that can be argued anymore. This is Judgment Day. This is the end. This is it. There is no questions left about what's happening behind doors at CIG, as I have now information from inside CIG. So, big episode, guys. It's never coming out. I mean, Chris and co have literally disappeared from view this last year. I think the Colders, et al. Already know they're taking a bath on this one, as is all the warning signs weren't there. But time will tell. Let's just quickly go down into the actual replies. And this is what I find funny. This is a reflection of everything I've been saying and everyone's been poo-pooing. There is a mass majority out there who think like I do. There's a mass majority of who's coming to the channel now, on Reddit now, on Twitter now, who are agreeing with everything I'm saying. Funny that, hey, everything comes full circle because when you tell the truth, the story doesn't change. When you're telling the facts, proof and evidence, they don't change. They stay the same. That's what history should have been based on, but hasn't been. So I'm rewriting history for Star Citizen, at least, for the majority of people out there, to save them getting sucked in to this black hole end dead project at this stage in 2020. Chris disappearing from the project has to be one of the top 5 positive development trends that this thing has going for it. As far as the Colders are concerned, I think they're using the project, 1 as a money laundering scheme, 2 tax purposes, 3 both. Everything I've been saying, guys. There's no evidence to suggest money laundering at all. There are good and bad investments depending on the end results. I seriously thought things would turn around when Dan Offner joined as board advisor, but he left a year later, which I felt was a very bad sign. And look where we are. So, Derek, well done, well said. But the mess hall mechanics are looking great. Procedural food, anyone? And look at how the water sits in the glass. I don't know if it's sarcasm or someone really trying to shill. Okay, we're playing Derek Smart and Keith Calder. If he's out of it, it's probably more likely to come out. But we are talking a hair above zero chance. Reply to Derek Smart and Keith Calder. It's so funny, 2018 release, but now is 2020. People have following questions. Where is the game, Chris Roberts? There is no game. And Gone with the Wind. So that's that one. That's what Derek Smarter put in. There are more replies down there, but we're not going to, go all nasty and stuff. We're just going to stick with the proof, facts, and evidence this episode. So this is Yamix. He's obviously another YouTuber covering Star Citizen as well as Squadron 42. So Keith Calder, being an investor of Star Citizen, is Squadron 42 beta still coming this quarter? Robert's Space Land are being vague, and being a creator, I would like to take a look at it if that ever comes out, if you know what I mean. Applied to everyone involved, do people still think Star Citizen is coming out? I'm not even convinced there is even really a game in development. A few vertical slices, bull shots, and that's it. How about the roadmap? For the roadmap, do a video on that, Yamix, lol. Love what content also. And I think he misspoke. In 18 months, they'll have a roadmap for the draft of a roadmap for when they'll be able to talk about alpha build. No beta plans yet. All right. Once again, we could go on, but let's just stick to the crux of the episode. So if you don't know who the agent is actually someone that works at CIG, an actual dev. Someone who feels and has the morality and decency within them to be able to still not be able to sleep at night for what's going on there, and actually is telling the truth to everybody. Now, this is not the first time the agent has written something. There are archives from past where the agent, obviously a long-standing, long-term employee of the business, cannot just put up with this anymore and go to sleep at night and have a night's sleep, which is really sad. It's beautiful that this person has a conscience, and it's beautiful this person has the guts and the spine to stand up and be counted and say what is really going on behind the doors. Something that obviously I've been researching for 3 straight years and haven't got wrong to date. This document here, ladies and gentlemen, is the document that ratifies every single thing I have said in the previous video, without conjecture, without dispersion, without argument of any form in any way possible. This is from CIG inside the doors of CIG. The evidence I've been trying so goddamn hard to find has now landed on my lap thanks to an awesome subscriber who stuck by and dropped this information into the info drop. This is huge, guys. This is it. This is the end. This is Judgment Day. The truth shall set you free, and proof, facts, and evidence, you want them, here they are. So let's go through it, and let's just smash this out, and look, it's over, it's done, Star Citizen's finished, Squadron 42 is finished, and we have to look at bringing in the injunction. It has to happen to get our money back, to fight for what's right for all of us, and not worry about whose opinion matters anymore. Worry about the cold hard facts that have been presented, ratified, and then reconstituted again by an actual CIG staff member on more than one occasion of everything that I have found myself from the outside. So, guys, it's not that hard to find information and find the truth, find proof, facts, and evidence if you are willing to take the time to do it. I'm the only YouTuber on YouTube or any platform who is covering this consistently, being truthful, showing you proof, facts, and evidence from CIG themselves or IT industry itself, and simple plain facts and information. Yes, Chris is gone. 2018 February, that's a fact. Sandy's definitely gone. They're definitely separated. It's definitely done. It's probably the best thing that could happen to the project if this wasn't the case behind the scenes. Let's read through this now. Regarding the roadmap, we have to continue to hold out until we find an honest way to placate our investors. The oversight levelled against us was fine in the beginning, but after the first Squadron 42 gameplay monthlies, the deadline was missed, they started paying more attention. If we put out a roadmap of the backers, the investors are going to use. We have continued to hold out until we find an honest way to placate our investors. The oversight leveled against us was fine in the beginning, but after the first Squadron 42 gameplay monthly's deadline was missed, they started paying more attention and more attention. If we put a roadmap out for the backers, the investors are going to use that to penalise the project, not only monetarily, but with cuts to our workforce and with additional oversight. Those will only slow down our already somewhat stalled progress this year. This is 2020, guys. Management understands this and is doing a sword dance around the issues for the record. We are not holding back things from backers. It is much more complicated than that. Moving forward, I feel everyone is slacking off right now. Kittens, dope smoking hippies. Case rested. Milk fountains. The computer issues don't help. The lack of forward momentum doesn't help. We're running around in circles and people giving us the directions are telling us to keep doing what we are doing. Everyone digitally clocks in and then mentally clocks out. Case rested. The Y generation. They're running around in circles doing the same thing, which is nothing. They're not getting anything done because there's nothing to get done. Except for some very basic stuff, which is just catch up, as I've said before. Here's all the proof, guys. This can't be argued anymore. The last time we demoed the game, it was heavily scripted. Q&A had been playing it for hours and hours, getting the right route and content. The investors wanted it live, so nothing pre-recorded like we're used to sending. Everyone got really quiet when they asked if they could play it themselves and not follow the script at all. Almost immediately after the controller was handed over, they crashed. Someone in the meeting nervously laughed. Bad move. I think that was the day we lost a lot of confidence with our investors and they started really looking at our progress. We keep saying a console port is easy. Everything is set up for it already. The engine handles almost all of the work out of the box. What a load of bullshit. Guys, that's just the most blatant lie to date from CIG. To their own investors, their own financial investors. Not you little whales. You little peewees in the ocean. We're talking about the blue whales, yeah, the megalodons of the investment into this project. Not you little whales, you little Popeye, and us little sardines. And we repeat it until even I think we even believe it. So this gaslighting, this mental warfare, this psychological warfare that they are trying to brainwash people into believing a lie. That's gaslighting. That's sociopathic behaviour towards the staff. Once again, I'm being proved right. But guys, it doesn't change between CIG and the rest of the workforce. This is happening worldwide and has been for about 15 years. The sociopaths run everything. They gaslight people. They lay the blame, make them feel guilty, isolate them, and then get rid of them because, they've had their fun. And also the information that person actually does have about the truth has to be buried. So what better way? Fire the person and move on. Hence why they've had so many turnover of staff. And if you look at the CIG website now, how many jobs that are still available at all of their offices. Case rested. This guy's just managed to be able to swing himself under the radar long enough to get the truth out to all of us. So good on him. Or her. Okay, so there's no console port or attempt for Squadron 42, even though we told them it could be complete for the week before Thanksgiving this year, 2020. No console port. Which means, are we even getting a beta this year? No. How's that, for your morning porridge? With a bit of salt. Actually, more salt than porridge. I can say this about Cloud Imperium and Foundry 42. They are trying very, very hard to keep people on during the pandemic. I can't say the same about the investors. Turbulent, who CIG has just brought into this year, etc. As you know, if you don't already, well, there you go. You've got Turbulent, do the graphic arts and stuff like that. It looks like Turbulent is taking over more and more development responsibilities now. So they are outsourcing, and those outsourced company is outsourcing again, as it is not fully owned by CIG or owned by Turbulent, vice versa. Because they can plan and hit target dates, and the investors like that. We like that. Oh, see how much we have in common with the investors compared to Cloud Imperium as well? Surprise, surprise, hey? We live in reality, so do the investors. CIG's not. Delusional sociopaths. Case rested. Again. Turbulent mentioned that they could do the game for 1/10 of what Roberts promised. God! I'm scared they might wrestle away more and more control and let our studios close. Just sit on that for a minute and have a think. Close the Austin office, the Californian office, the Munich office, and most definitely Boundary 42 in the UK, as I've said in my previous video. They're not getting anything done. And it's not because people are getting sick or scared to go to work with the pandemic. It's just they're over it. And they've got more important things to worry about, which is like their health, working from home constraints, not caring about CIG anymore, and being treated by absolute sociopaths, like they're vermin, they're scum, they're garbage. This is copied from the SA forums, but it was posted on the Wisteria as well. So local Derek Smart alts and bots already know this, but after internal struggle, I decided to post here as well, regardless, so lurking commandos from other subs can see it as well and make important decisions. If rumor is true, pledging the third Kraken and fifth Idris will save SC and CIG. So what are your thoughts, guys? My thoughts are very clear. I made them very obvious in the last video. There is no way anyone can dispute anything I have said to date now. There is nothing that I have said to date that is wrong, misleading, or not categorized within the realm of reality. Proof, facts, and evidence that support those statements as well. This project is done. Here is your proof. Someone that works at CIG, a long-term employee who has seen it from the beginning right to this minute. CIG staff themselves are telling us we are going around in circles. The management are a bunch of incompetent morons who are self-focused and only worried about keeping their jobs. They don't care about the staff. They don't care about the development. They just care about still getting paid and flying under the radar with the investors as well as the holders. The staff, incompetent, stupid, moronic, young kids with no real experience to back up their crappy pay to start with. And for whoever told me in the comments a while ago that they get paid above average wage, you're a moron. They get paid less than Activision pay. So, get your head read. Guys, look, this is it. It's done. It's finished. It's over. This video was just to ratify and remove any dispersions, conjecture, or an argument anybody could have thrown at me at this stage. I have made my case. I have proved myself. I have shown my credibility that many times that if you do not believe me by this stage of everything, get your head read. Because, guys, it's done. This is it. This is all the stuff I've been trying to find, the evidence of what goes on behind the doors at CIG, and here it fucking well is. Star Citizen 2021 administration, we need to get in the injunction. We need to get people into the Discord and subscribe to the channel, whatever needs to be done. Let's get together now as a group. Let's get the injunction put forward with the legal representation team, and let's get refunds put back on the table and get our money before we can't. And the government of America and Germany, and most importantly the UK, take all of the assets, all of everything, and do not even think twice about giving us any money back. We put an injunction in, it guarantees our refunds and it guarantees our investment is returned. Then, after the injunction, the actual insolvency of the business happens, which it will at this stage. Right now, it'll be this time next year, it's over. Then the banks will come in, then all of the IRS and everyone will come in, and then Chris will, have to do what he has to do to wiggle his way into court and wiggle his way out because he's a worm. And that's not our problem. That's their problem, and if they haven't got money, well, they can do life jail sentences. I don't give a shit. I am worried about the community specifically. I'm worried about us getting our money back. I personally want all of my money back as well. And that's it. Join me, get your money back. Don't join me, lose out. This is mostly a very big message also on top of everybody else who wants their money back. Even if it's $45, guys, get it back. It's your money. You worked for it. But for the whales, the most important people who have been, I guess, villainized and have acted very poorly of recent by taking out your anger on the wrong affected parties, hopefully you now can see with your own eyes, I am trying to help everybody. You are no better than any of us, but you also put more money in than us. And you, most importantly of all, need that refund. Yeah, if you're going to put that money back into another, investment and you lose it, that's fine. But don't let a criminal like Chris Roberts, Aaron or Sandy or any of the management team be able to take you for a ride and literally steal from you and commit fraud, defraud you. That's something you'll have to live with. You want to live with being, excuse the French, but fucked over by criminals? Or would you rather get your money back and go, haha, fuck you? That's a personal thing. That's a decision you have to make. Anyway, guys, short episode, straight to the point. Here's your proof, facts, and evidence. This is the last nail in the coffin. There is a massive, hopefully massive episode coming up with a couple of guests I've got on the channel. You know who they are, or you will know who they are as soon as they come on screen. And we are going to just bury the coffin. This is the last nail, but the burying ceremony will happen in that video. Guys, thank you for your time. And as per usual, and as per always, peace out. Cheers.